What's going on, guys? My name is Kaylee. If you've been following my story for a little while, which I will have to say I've had a lot of new faces recently. I hit 70K, which I'm still kind of blown away about. But you may or may not have heard me talk about my childhood home and how my parents and my family has been coming together to put it on the market and let another family come in. And hopefully if they have children, they will be able to experience the type of childhood that I was able to experience here. These are the mountains that made me who I am. The love for all the little things. I was inside painting the basement and it's drying right now, so I figured I'd grab my camera and take it with me. Had a lot of good memories here with my family. And I didn't realize how much it was going to affect me to maybe say goodbye. I could tell you so many stories of my entire life being here. Like how I got the nickname The Wanderer. I wish my parents were with me on this one because I don't remember it like they did. But I was dubbed The Wanderer when I was about 18 months old. And this area right here, we had a little fenced in section and a little playground. And I apparently thought it would be a good idea while my mom went inside for a quick minute to escape with my two dogs. I always had dogs with me. Still have dogs with me. But I went missing when I was 18 months old for I think 6 or 7 hours, and I wandered. I took my two dogs, which was Cassioli, Cassie for short. She was a German Shepherd, and my other dog, Beauregard, who was a Weimaraner Vizsla mix. And I apparently went into the woods, which is where I still go to this day. My mom had to call 911, and they had the police dogs, and after so many hours, they found me. And I was curled up asleep on a platform that was further down this mountain. And Beauregard, my Weimaraner and Vizsla pup, was curled up with me, asleep. And actually the police almost couldn't get me because Beauregard was trying to protect me. That's one story, and there's so many more. We didn't really watch TV, and we lived in a time that it was just so much fun to be able to just go outside. We would get up and we would just go and explore. And my mom would always let us know that it was time to come back home because she would whistle the loudest whistle. But we were just feral. I mean, I know I joke about being feral, staying feral, but there is something that is so completely beautiful about just going out and exploring. I used to flip over rocks. I would find salamanders and frogs and every type of bug you could possibly imagine, and snakes, and I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. There's one story I don't think I'll ever forget, but growing up, we didn't have AC. We have it now because obviously whomever is going to purchase this home, they might want an AC unit. But we we used to sleep with our bedroom window open, and we had an old-fashioned window that used to like have to crank to get it to open. And my bed was pretty much right underneath the window. And I heard something on the deck, and I couldn't remember if I let the dogs in. So I peeked my head up, my eyes are still closed, and all of a sudden I smelt and felt the fresh breath, the hot breath of an animal. And it was a big animal breathing right in my face. I was nose to nose with a pretty big black bear, and I'll never forget, I jumped so quick out of my bed, ran into my mom's room. I don't know who was more afraid, me or the bear, because after that, that bear hauled butt back into the woods. It took me a little while to sleep with my window open after that. There is something, though, that is extremely magical about being up here. So come on and join me where I became the person who I am today. This part of the property is full of one of my most favorite native fruits. So I'm gonna see if I can harvest some. Goodness! I gotta get my basket. A lot of them dropped. This entire area, this is all pawpaw, but it also has trilliums, it has Solomon seal, it has cohosh. It's packed full of medicinal plants, and yellow lady slippers. This property is truly a treasure, and whomever finds it, whomever gets it, they're gonna make many memories here. Isn't that beautiful? That is some turkey tail mushroom. And it's covered in quartz. Growing up, this property felt so much bigger. My sister and I were always out finding something. We were always out exploring or climbing trees, although the trees here, they're very, very big, so there wasn't too many that we actually could climb. It does have a beautiful view. Some of these trees that are dead, I think we are going to start kind of coming by and clean it up a little bit. My goal is to come here before we truly say goodbye and transplant a lot of the plants. Some of the younger pawpaw trees that are small enough, and the cohosh, Solomon seal. Now that I've taken you guys around to see the beauty of this property, let's head inside really quick. I have to see if the paint's dry so that I can finish doing what I'm doing before it's time for me to go. feels a good bit cooler in here than it does outside. The house is not very massive. There's something that's absolutely beautiful about the quaintness of it. Look how pretty this is. We actually got the same countertop that's in the apothecary in here, and then I absolutely love how they were able to put it on as a backsplash as well. This is my old room. Still have to get a couple of things out of it, but my sister and I shared this adorable room. Not too massive. I think the one thing that I love most about this house is the big windows. The basement paint's pretty much dry, but I'm gonna go back down there and finish touching it up. I did want to take you guys and just kind of share with you a little bit of my childhood home and how much work that we've all kind of put into it. It's beautiful. It's not a massive house, but it's perfect for a small family or a couple who have grandbabies that want to come and visit. And it's roughly 8.5, 9 acres roughly here in Linden, Virginia, not far from DC, and it's fairly secluded, which I do love. The lots are subdividable, which is ideal for somebody who is looking at possibly building another little house for a family member. So that's an option as well. And I do know that there are a lot of investors that are coming out into this area that are into the Airbnbs. And so being that we're so close to the city, this might be a perfect location for somebody who wants to get away and get into the woods, be a little feral. So, yeah, I'm gonna go back down and finish painting, but thank you guys for coming on a walk with me and getting a little sentimental for sure, picking some pawpaw fruit. And as always, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and learn something old. Bye guys.